skies. There's a footwear frenzy going on in the city right now. A special sneaker made just for New York is in such high demand, people are fighting to own a pair of these things. CBS 2's Michael Pomeranz shows us how Nike's Pigeon Dunk and feathers fly.
This home video shows the scene outside the Reed Space Store on the Lower East Side yesterday, when nearly 100 self-proclaimed sneakerheads got into a shouting match as they waited for the doors to open and the chance to buy one of only 20 pairs of pigeons. Limited edition, of course.
This store in Indiana, and remember, as you're watching these pictures, this is all over Zoom.
Since I was a kid, I've been, working hard.
Piled up against the fence like it was a soccer game. I was actually fearful at times.
Walking in a street or roadway, you may be placed under arrest and charged with disorderly conduct.
They're so hot, they're already on eBay for $200 to $1,000 a pair.
This was the scene in Kansas City where people were sprinting through the halls.
I got burnt, man. Look, it came all on my face. My mouth is on fire. My eye, look. I can't even, if I lick my lips with my mouth will burn.
It was just too hostile, too dangerous. So some pepper spray was used because that definitely gets people's attention.
Part of the problem is that each store has a limited amount of about 150 pairs, and each pair costs about $180, but they resell on eBay for almost $500.
Before we get into what a Supreme cookie is, we gotta learn what a Supreme is. What the fuck is a Supreme? Is it like a casket? What is it? We have to answer these questions before we answer what a Supreme cookie is. For those of you who don't know what the brand is, let me explain. The Supreme brand was established 26 years ago in 1994 by James Jebbia. I don't know how to pronounce his name. James Isaac Neutron? James Charles? I don't know. James Jebbia in New York. So it's New York based, Biggie Smalls, all them guys, James founded a skate shop for skateboard parts and clothing. In 2020, Supreme's primary focus is its streetwear clothing, and in most cases sells out within minutes of dropping on their online and retail stores. Hype beasts are those whose hobby is to collect hype clothing, and they're known to buy and resell Supreme clothing for very high prices just based off the rarity of the product. So, essentially, a hype beast goes into a fucking store, he buys everything out, maybe wears one of those clothings, and then sells it for like thousands of dollars. I'm not even fucking with you. Supreme is also known to collaborate with other brands on products, such as North Face, Zippo, and even Honda, making a CRF 250 with the logo plastered on the side. For fuck's sake, they even sold a fucking brick for like $227 USD on StockX. I say USD because I'm Canadian, I'm not J-Station. I'm nothing like J-Station. Don't put me in the same boat, I'm not J-Station. Some of the other collaborations Supreme has done, just for a point of reference, have been Zippo, Blue Telephones, Fender guitars, Louisville Sluggers, Everlast boxing gloves, and a hand-painted Cupid made of porcelain. I don't know. They even have a fucking stash Bible box thing. You know at the beginning of John Wick 3 when he's in the library and he pulls out like his picture of his like dead wife and like a gun or something? Like they have one of those. It's literally just like a fucking Bible that has a section cut out to store your guns or your weed or your Neopets. I think it's sacrilegious a bit. Okay, so now that you know a little bit of a brief history about Supreme, we can dive into today's video. The fucking Supreme cookie. Sorry, I didn't brand it, my bad. The Supreme Oreo. Like Supreme's famous classic box logo, the cookie part of the Oreo is a bright stop sign red, and instead of it saying Oreo, it says Supreme on the front of the cookie. It's not the first time Oreo has strayed away from its traditional look, as they have countless other flavors with other looks. For instance, they have a red velvet cookie that was kind of red but not really red. It's Oreo. They can do whatever the fuck they want with their cookie. It's a fucking Oreo. It's not that big of a deal. The Supreme Oreo package contains not one, not two, but 3 double stuffed Oreos, which was priced at $8 USD and available at retail stores. Just keep $8 in mind for a second. There's hypebeasts out there that will buy clothing from Supreme, right, and resell it, which is whatever. It's your grind, whatever. But there's these like, I call them kind of lower echelon hype beasts. So basically, like, I guess you could explain hype beastery. Is that a word? Hype beastery? Or the art of hype beasting, I guess. You can explain it like this. So you start off with an initial investment. Essentially, like, whatever you want to resell. Let's say there's a hat, it's $80 on Supreme's website. You pick it up. So you buy this hat for $80, you get it, you sell it for $180, boom, you made $100 profit, right? But you need that initial $80 to actually purchase the fucking hat. These micro hype beasts, that's a better word for it, micro hype beasts, they don't have that $80 to invest right away. So these people, they go in and they're like, okay, I can't afford the jacket or the hat or the shoes or whatever the fuck the case may be. I'm gonna buy one of the knickknacks. So regardless, they go in there, they buy like a knickknack, like a fucking bouncy ball or some shit for like $5 and they resell it for 15. Boom, they made $10, you know, it's whatever. So these guys, they go in there and they're like, oh shit, they have an Oreo fucking cookie collaboration. It's a box of 3 Oreos. It's literally a box of 3 fucking Oreos. Okay? And they retail for $8 USD, and I think that's about $11 Canadian. These people are going into Supreme and buying the $8 cookie pack and then reselling it for these fucking dastardly prices. These dastardly prices. It's pretty fucking insane. It's pretty fucking insane. And I was following this shit pretty heavily because I thought that the idea of a bright red Supreme cookie was pretty cool. For the fun of it, let's just check out, you know, what they're reselling for. So the first article I got here is eater.com. Eater.com is essentially just a food website. They wrote an article talking about how the resale price of these Oreos on eBay is already at $500. Which, to be honest, didn't surprise me. One thing you have to learn about the resale game, whether it be Supreme, Yeezys, whatever the case may be, is that the first day that people pick up the product, they will put it on StockX, eBay, whatever the case may be, at an extreme high price, just to bait people into buying it. That's how that works. Someone's just baiting someone into buying Oreos. So I'm just looking at it, I'm like, okay, this makes sense, right? Someone's just gonna throw it up for $500, see if they can get someone to bait at it, and they make a fucking huge profit margin. Here, let's do the math real quick. Let's just do the math real quick at $500. So 500 divided by 3 is $166.66. You're paying $166 for a fucking cookie! And I just wanted to see the next day if that price had gone down, because there's no way someone's spending $166 on a fucking Oreo cookie. And to my disbelief, the price didn't go down, the price went fucking higher. I don't know if robreport.com is a trustworthy site. Supreme's $8 Oreos are already reselling for more than $10,000 on eBay? What the fuck? Okay, let's do the math again. 10,000 divided by 3. That's $3,333 fucking dollars per cookie. $3,000 per cookie. Are you guys fucking handicapped? You resellers out there, man, you guys are taking speed. There's no way there's a demand for these cookies that high. For Oreo cookies. There's no way anyone's buying an Oreo cookie for $3,000. I'm sorry. Not even if it's wrapped in a Louis Vuitton Oreo wrapper. I refresh. I wait a couple hours. I'm like, okay. I'm reading this like 4 days ago. I'm like, this would be a fun YouTube video to do. You know, like from 500 to 10,000. That's pretty obscure. But the fucking shit kept rising. $15,000. One package of 3 rare Supreme Oreo red cookies, new sealed, made in New Jersey. I don't care if it's made in New Jersey, Dubai, the fucking moon. I'm not spending $15,000 on 3 fucking Oreos. That won't even last me 15 fucking minutes. I don't understand. I don't understand. We're talking about a company that released a brick with their brand logo on it, and people are reselling it for $277. And when you think of that brick being $277, considering average bricks are like 15 fucking cents, you're like, wow, that's fucking crazy. That's stupid. Why would I buy a brick for $277? But then when you compare it to a $15,000 box of 3 fucking cookies, you're like, wow, the $277 brick is pretty fucking reasonable. And it gets even more obscure. This is the icing on top. I'm not sure if this is clickbait. I'm pretty sure Forbes is a reputable news source, and they just reported that a pack of 3 Supreme Oreos is going for $88,000 on eBay. I can buy a fucking Tesla with a Supreme cookie. I'd rather invest my money in Oreo red cookie at this point. Dude, put this in perspective. I can put a mortgage on my house with a cookie. $12,000 more? I can even upgrade that Tesla to a Tesla X. But I think at the end of the day, the resellers are just debating the fuck out of these news outlets, because there's no way this guy sold his fucking cookie for $88,000. And if they did, congratulations. You're not the stupid one. You're dead ass retarded if you're buying cookies for $1,000, let alone $88,000. Before we end this video, I'm gonna go check eBay real quick. There's no one on StockX selling the Oreo cookie, but let's check out eBay. eBay out here really trying to sell me a MacBook Air for 449 bucks. I don't trust eBay. This is what I thought. So in conclusion, the news outlets have been debated. Yes, you have your $11,000 never opened rare Oreo, okay? But if you look right over top of it, there's a $67 one. Right underneath it, there's an $87 one, a $75 one. So there's a couple things I want you guys to take away from this video. For starters, if you spend $88,000 on 3 Oreo cookies, then you're literally not allowed to vote. I'm revoking your voting rights. Secondly, don't get debated and fall for that resale trap I was talking about earlier. It's just basically someone gets the product day of and they put it on resale sites at extremely high prices to see if they can bait someone into buying it. Don't fall for that. Wait for it to come down in price a bit. So I know I only have around 50 or 60 subscribers, but I kind of want to do something fun. If this video gets 50 likes, I will buy a box of Supreme cookies at a reasonable price off eBay, and I'll eat them with my Canadian friends that include J Station and J Station and J Station. We'll all eat the cookies together. It'll be a great time. We'll do a 3 a.m. challenge. A Supreme cookie comes back from the dead to tell me why I shouldn't have spent money on it. 3 a.m. challenge gone wrong.
Guys, you'll never guess. We just contacted my dead girlfriend and she told us to buy the Oreo Supreme cookies.